Right, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we're going to play some Kefka, because I haven't played that card yet, and we're going to do some Reanimator things, but we had to make a lot of very particular decisions on this list to make it work. We're not going to go too heavy on the upper end, because we need to actually be able to cast a fair amount of our things, but also needed to be able to get a bunch of cards into our graveyard. So we're playing some lesser played cards, which we'll talk about here in the list in a second. But yeah, this should be a lot of fun, but got to be real careful because there are a lot of things that are removing cards from the graveyard, and you don't want to get caught by those. So we're starting with Valgavoth's Faithful. I did want to play a couple of these because it's very easy to get down, maybe draw to removal, but also you can just play it later, even after you immediately put something in the graveyard, maybe take advantage of it. We do have Torch the Tower just for some early removal, though you could play another Bitter Triumph, and that actually makes a lot of sense, but because it gives you another way to discard. Playing a couple Strategic Betrayals to remove our opponent's graveyard, a little bit ironic there. And we have some Charming Scoundrel. This is a card that I think a lot of people forgot about. It doesn't show up in too many lists these days, but it does give us the option to either discard a card, which is nice, or create a treasure, which can help us cast some of the higher end stuff. Fear of missing out, we all know what this is. This lets us put stuff in our graveyard very easily. Can get this up to 4 Delirium. We do have one stock up, and I don't even know if it's necessary. You could probably cut this and just be at 60 cards, honestly. That might be what the final list ends up doing. We do have 3 Emmett Selch, because this is a way that we can actually discard and draw again. Not too bad. I think we might be able to get to the backside on this, but we'll see. We do have some Zombify, obviously, is our other way to reanimate, because it's just easy to use. Overlord of the Belmerk, just because it fills up our graveyard and can get us some key cards back. Of course, Kefka, if you don't know what this is, 5 mana, 4/5. When it enters or attacks, each player discards a card, and then you draw cards for each card type among those. Now, the cool part is we are playing some enchantment creatures, which do count as 2 types, so at a minimum you'll get 2 cards, but you never know. Your opponent might discard a land and you get 3 cards. That'd be great. Speaking of which, we do have some Summon Primal Odin. We might just hardcast this in some games, but we might actually get to kill somebody with the second condition, which could be kind of nice. We do have one Arden the Usurper. It's a way to get some life, let you use some stuff out of the graveyard. Could be a little tricky if you get this in a Kefka or something. And we have Bahamut as a way to destroy stuff. I mean, we might be able to do something at the end, but if Bahamut lives and you're attacking with a 9/9 flying creature, you're probably just going to win the game before you even get to the 4th chapter. But yeah, if you've been looking for a fun deck for Kefka, be sure to check out the description at the end of the video, because we need you to watch as much of the video as possible, because that really helps the channel, the percentage that you watch, I promise. But at the end, there'll be a link that takes you over to Moxfield, our channel sponsor, where you can download this. And if you want to buy this, or you want to buy anything else, packs, singles, deck out your commander deck, check out Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. You can use my code DRAGON, DRAGN, and it'll save you 5% on your whole order. But for now, let's go see if Kefka can get all those cards from our opponents. Ugh, 2 this towns. Alright, fair enough. I will say though, y'all, it is a bit of a challenge right now building a Reanimator deck that doesn't need to reanimate things. And I know that sounds a little weird, but with all the cards that can remove stuff from the graveyard that are targeting graveyards, you kind of got to have other options, you know? Okay, well, I see the first thing we're going to put in the yard. Let's do this. Okay, we found a land. Excellent. We might just Charming Scoundrel next turn and make a treasure so we can set up Kefka. Oh, opponent's doing graveyardy things themselves, possibly. Oh, you know what? This... Yeah, there they are. They're doing their own Reanimator stuff. They're trying to get Arden into play so they can Arden into Jumbo Cactar. We've seen this before. Oh, okay. Well... this kind of works out. So let's do this. Let's get a treasure. Let's play this guy. We'll attack. Hopefully they don't kill our Valgavoth's Faithful, but even if they do, we have a Zombify. And then worst case scenario, we at least have a Bahamut we can block with. The crazy part is I actually kind of don't want to play Kefka because they're wanting to put things in their graveyard. I don't really want to help them out. I'm going to assume they have their Reanimator option already. Okay, Verge, you make this a little easier. Yeah, it's just not worth playing Kefka here, I don't think. Alright, get rid of that. Go attacking. Have a feeling we're just going to be blocking a Jumbo Cactuar and opponent's going to gain like 52 million life. Oh, actually, they don't have enough yet. They don't have the right cards in the yard. They could get their Bahamut and kill our Bahamut, though. And that sucks. But we really didn't have a choice. I guess I could have slow rolled that, actually. Knowing what I know now. But we just use our Bahamut or... Oh, this is so silly. I don't need a land. Though, that lets us attack twice. Not that that matters here. I think we're just dueling Reanimator Bahamuts here. Oh, I got Bahamut out of the yard, so I actually lost an enchantment being in there. That's funny. So now they're going to reanimate their Bahamut again? No, they're not. Okay, that's not a bad thing for us. Now we might consider playing Kefka. Destroy, submit 0. So if we play Kefka here, we can discard Fear of Missing Out, which lets us attack twice. We might have got there. Wow. Okay. Cool. We'll take that. Go attack and untap this duder. Oh, hey, when you get to attack with Bahamut twice, that's a hell of a way to win a ball game. Whew. The fun part was, even if they had a backup plan, we at least had Bahamut coming over as a flyer. If they killed our Bahamut, then we just follow up with Summon Primal Odin, kill their Bahamut again. So yeah, that was a crazy situation. And I have to say, I've seen the other versions of this deck that are doing the like Arden into Cactuar and that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't know if that's what you really want to be doing. It just doesn't feel as nice. Geez, do I want to just... I mean, sure. Let's just see what we get. I really need to find a way... Okay, well, we put a Summon Primal Odin... but not Primal Odin, but Bahamut in the yard. We can get a 2/4. The problem here is they're very likely to have something... Well, let's see. If they have... Strategic Betrayal kind of says this is each time they gain life, they make a cat. I think I will do that since we can go ahead and get the Bahamut back next turn anyway. And let's just slow down their production a little bit. Because I feel like whatever we do, it's probably going to get exiled by Sheltered by Ghosts. So I at least want to try to get one good hit out of it and then maybe just play a Overlord as a follow-up. But their hand's pretty low too. I mean, if we get into a situation with Kefkas... Oh, do they have nothing else to play? Oh, they might just have a bunch of Sheltered by Ghosts. This should work out nicely for us on back-to-back turns, so I don't hate this. Off that. Okay, so at worst, it's a little cat that's sheltered. No, it's an Aura Site. Okay, so that's how we're removing stuff. Cool. I don't think we have a real main deck way to deal with that, so that's kind of whatever at this point. Ooh, look at you. Nah, I think we still go here. My opponent gets a bigger creature. It's all good. Discard this. That takes their last card, which was a creature. Ooh, and then we get Valgavoth's Faithful that we can play Bahamut to kill Pride. Oh, well, that's all right. We're just going to kill a Pride Mate anyway. And we'll have a 5/5 back, so not a bad situation. Let's go ahead and do the thing. Yep, get rid of this. Get this back. Off that. Put a 5/5 in the way. We are at only 10 life, though. So a right removal card or two from the opponent could be rough. But now I think we're in good shape. Don't think they're going to have a real way to win from here. Yep, that'll do it. All right, this seems good. I mean, I say that like it's perfect, but I mean, we have a removal card. We get to play Fear of Missing Out. All right, well, we have a second removal card. I mean, if this is a bunch of chocobos and bristly bills or whatever, we do what we got to do. It's not exciting, but, you know, you got to make the tough decisions. Oh, man, I really would like to play Fear of Missing Out here, but I guess we just kill this guy. Or at least attempt to. They might have a way to save it. They do not. Okay. Well, if we can draw some land, we'll be in all right shape here. Okay, well, Fear of Missing Out. Time for you to go to work, fam. Discard one of these Kefkas. Oh, no. Kefka into Kefka is not what we wanted at all. That was the worst possible scenario. Maybe not the worst. Another Bahamut would have been the worst. Do I even play this, though? I think we just pass. I'm going to be conservative with this in case we need it later. Because they kept some hand that was aggressive. It feels like they have some removal cards, at least. So I'd rather wait. Play something we get a little value out of first. Let's go ahead and get a swamp. I don't know why I was so hesitant there. Let's do this. Maybe we'll find an untapped land that we can play next turn. That would be great. Oh. Do we want back-to-back Kefkas? Yeah, we'll get... Because, I mean, having an Overlord means we just get a Kefka back anyway. Oh, really? Cool. Makes sense. Come on. There it is. Let's go with Kefka. Discarding this. So I get at least 2 cards. Okay. So were you doing some shenanigans as well? Let's try to attack. See how you feel about it. Wow, that worked. I guess I'm just going to discard the island. That sounds great, because they're not going to discard a land, so we're going to get at least 2 cards. We get 3 cards. Oh, we get all the value. Love that for us. Yeah, I think we just try to put things away here. Let's just get us an Overlord. I will take an Emmet Selk. Might as well just play this. Whatever. I mean, like, it doesn't matter at this point. Opponent kept an all-removal hand and then big stuff. And we killed the 2 Llanowar Elves, and that did all the difference. Oh, this is bad. You got to mulligan that. As much as we like having the reanimation cards, I will keep this. I'm going to get rid of Charming Scoundrel and hope we draw more mana. Mostly because with this setup, we can Fear of Missing Out, get something into the graveyard. Maybe if we can find something else along the way to get into the yard. But we'll see. There's a lot of what-ifs happening with this hand. I'm just trying to formulate something that's not terrible. A lot of life gain decks, though. Been seeing a bunch of that on the ladder the last 2 days while I'm, like, testing stuff out. So just something to be aware of, folks. All right, come on. Okay, we found some mana. That's good. All right, get Arden in the yard. Can we find... I was hoping, like, Emmet Selk or something would have been cool. You know what? I wouldn't mind trading here. Because we don't even desperately need this guy. So I would trade this. I mean, they're gaining life, so they don't really care. Yeah, just getting Arden by itself out of the graveyard isn't great. Other than the fact that he has a 4/4. At least it does get stuff from a graveyard, though. So there is that. It doesn't have to be yours. Right now, I need something like an Emmet Selks or something, though, so I could draw and discard, you know, put something into the graveyard. I mean, it would have to be whatever big creature I found to make it worth it. But honestly, even if we found a, like, Overlord of the Bellmark, that might be okay here. I could be talked into that being a thing. That's real bad. That's real bad. Can I do anything by attacking here? Probably not, but I'm going to do it anyway. I mean, this is tough. If I get a land, I might just have to get this because it's the biggest body on the battlefield. But I don't love it by any stretch. And this is just like nickels and dimes here. But if I get to block, now if I can find an untapped land, I can start turning these into 5/5s. I just needed to get something into a graveyard was the game plan here. All right, come on, untap land. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. Oh, this is tough. I mean, we're still at a high enough life total. We don't have to panic or anything here. If they had a Sheltered by Ghost, we would take a fair amount of damage. It'd be 6. But we'd end up with an Arden and I'm assuming like a Fear of Missing Out or something. Funny thing is, we only have creatures in our graveyard right now. We'll soon to have a sorcery. All right, opponent got a 3rd land. Okay, yeah, just more piles of life gain. Sounds great. Like, doesn't really change much for us. Gain all the life you want, opponent. I'm here for it. All right, block here. Oh, well, if I could have you in the yard, you'd be great here. But let's do the thing. Now, the opponent could have been being very strategic here and waiting till they could get rid of Arden. Which would be understandable. It's Menace, right? Yeah, Menace, Lifelink, Haste. Yep. That's what I say. They probably had something to get rid of it. That's what I was like, we'll see. All right, we go to 14. Opponent doesn't want to put anything else at risk here. So we just got to find a way to discard. Okay. Not quite what we wanted, but it'll do. It'll do. Let's go Kefka and a Swamp. I think is what we want here. No attacks. There was a world where I would have considered... I guess if I were to get a 6th land here, untapped, I might just play Primal Odin first. Ugh. Alright, well, you get to put counters on things. The Flyers get to do some beating down. Man, am I going to have to use this to just kill a 2/2 Flyer? That's going to be really sad. Might just be the situation we're in, though. You know, you got to just not die to these things. Oh, giving that flying in first strike. I can respect it. I mean, it speeds up the clock. That's real. All right. So we go Kefka. Gets us a 4/5. Discard this to get us a pile of cards. I actually have to attack a Johnny, I think, just to keep the clock small. A torch to the tower wouldn't be bad here either. Because we could do some stuff with that. Or we could get none of those things. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, let's at least go do this. And we either get to kill a Johnny or we cost them a creature. Yeah, this is sad. I think I'm actually going to be using Zombify to kill a Healer's Hawk here. That's brutal. Actually, I don't even think it does anything. Because we'll be at 2. Yeah, we need something else. Yeah, I don't think we have an out. Oh, it only pumps one of them. I thought it put one on up to 2 creatures. All right, so we're at 3 technically. All right, might as well block this. They probably have another one, but whatever. All right. Trying to keep our head above water here. So we get Summon Primal Odin. We get to kill the 2/2. We get to take out a Johnny. Is there anything else we want to do on the turn? No, I think that's the play. I guess we go ahead and Overlord as well. All right. Yeah, because we can't do anything else. We have to do this. It's tough, but it's the right choice. All right, so get rid of that. While we're at a whole 3 life here. Let's do this. All right. We have a Bahamut, so that could help. Let's just take the fear of missing out. Play this since it's tapped. Put that in the yard. Go after a Johnny. We'll do this at the opponent because we can't block the flyer anyway. All right. That was kind of a productive turn. As long as they can't pump the Healer's Hawk for 2 here, we're good. That doesn't do it. Okay, they have 2 creatures, so I was like, if we had 1 removal spell, we'd have been the winner there, so that worked out. By the way, we also have a second Valgavoth's Faithful from that Arden of forever ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, we have 8. Man, that would have been sick. Let's go ahead and crack this. Get this Bahamut back. Kill this flyer so we ain't got to worry about that. Play this guy. Put another one in the yard. That's not terrible. Let's attack. All right, I'm going to do this anyway. Just wait, they just let it through? No lie, I thought the opponent was going to block, so I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'll just play Strategic Betrayal and get rid of the other creature that's left, and then we can start trying to attack to win on the next couple turns. They just let this thing through for no reason. Like, even take 5 block with one of them was what I thought they were going to do. I mean, we'll take the win. That was crazy that it worked out that way. But, yeah. Ta-da! I guess we got to win with Primal Odin. All right, we're due for some bad luck, because that last game felt like we just got so lucky at the very end. Okay, do we have a tap land? Nope. Nope. All right, we'll just play this first then. And then make sure we play the Blazemire Verge. A little aggressive. Hadn't really seen much. I have that in a deck, actually. But I hadn't seen anybody else playing it, so that's cool. It was in a wizard deck, because it turns out that card's a wizard. Summon Primal Odin. Nah, you can stay in the yard, friend. We got plans for you later. We need blue and black. All right. Down to 16. Would you like to remove our graveyard opponent? No, they're just going to hit us again. Man, all right. Slow death by lizards. I don't really know what's happening here. Ugh, I guess I need to take a point here. That's not bad. I think I'm getting rid of stock up. Because I want to have Bitter Triumph. Because I don't know. They might have, like, Elspeth or something the following turn. You're annoying. Alright, well, we'll block one of these. Well, we definitely want to get rid of the Nemesis. So, let's go ahead and Zombify. Get rid of this guy. Then we get to attack, draw and discard the Bahamut. Alright. That's at least somewhat reasonable, all things considered. Have another Screaming Nemesis. Well, they're just gonna for us. Yep. Well, hell of a way to die, but hey, they had the direct damage that we were due. Yeah. Think we're just dead next turn. Oh, wait. No, we're not dead. Oh. Oh. We're going to steal another one. Check this out. We get this back. We get to kill the 2-1, and then we get to attack with our Primal Odin again. Back-to-back wins. Oh, we stole one, team. Sick. Sick. Oh, that's so good. Let me know in the comments if you think the opponent had the burn damage in hand. Because I feel like they set us up because they had damage the following turn. But yeah, that's a good game there. Ooh. We don't have anywhere ways to draw cards. We have one removal spell and we have Kefka. I'm gonna mulligan. Not sure if that was good or bad. That gets us blue-red. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to get rid of the Fable Passage. Maybe I'm supposed to Fable and go get a island there, but we kind of want our mana. I'm going to play this since I already have a Zombify. They might waste a removal spell on that instead of the Emmet Selch later. Also, I've been saying Selk like with the K because of the way it's pronounced, like other names I've seen like that. But is it actually like CH? Do you actually say the Selch? Because I don't know. I don't remember this character in the games. I didn't play them that much. I mean, real talk. I spent a lot of time racing chocobos and playing blitzball. So, you know, I'm that idiot. Yeah, let's attack for 1. So, are you doing... Oh, this is probably a Yuna deck. This could be tough. I mean, if we get an Arden in our deck, in our graveyard, getting that back and stealing their stuff would be cool. We did not, but we got a Bahamut. I think I'll take a Kefka, though. The problem with Bahamut, though, is we don't... Well, I guess we could play it in anticipation of them having something coming up. That wouldn't be the worst thing. Because if they don't deal with it, they're still taking 9 for 2 turns. Which, conveniently, 18 is divisible by 9 twice. And they didn't deal with our Faithful. That's peculiar. So, I'm trying to think, is there anything good they can do on 4? I mean, I guess they could reanimate, but they just have an Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Like, do we care about that? Probably not. Alright, go to attacks here. You know what? I low-key kind of want to just get Bahamut and just force the opponent's turns. But I don't know what else they're playing. That's probably the wrong play. I'm going to do this and just take the conservative route. Though the aggressive part of me wants to get the Bahamut. But this is going to be a get lost. Oh, better triumph. Alright, so they got their own Duder. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and discard this. That's not going to do anything in this situation. Alright. So had we got the Bahamut, it wouldn't have done anything anyway. So their plan right now is to just get Yuna. So we're going to try to kill this guy now. Well, that's not a bad card to have. If they get Yuna, what do they get? They get Summon Knights of the Round, but we could also just attack them down with a flyer. Seems reasonable. Let's go for it. Actually, the other thing is, if they Yuna, we could just kill Yuna. We've done that before. It's just like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's just go for it. Because we're also forcing them to have the mana for the Yuna right now. If they do, all their stuff's on the ground. They still got to deal with Bahamut. We'll see what happens. And then we still have Valgavas Faithful. All right, Yuna it is. No, it was not a Yuna. Oh, I figured that was their whole situation. However, gaining 2 life means we can't kill them in 2 turns. Well, I guess that's not true, because we do still have Valgavas Faithful. I was about to say Bahamut twice is only 18, so if they go to 20, that does change things a little bit. They get the Travail too, so they put the best of those cards on top. Now they can kill Bahamut here. But then we would actually empty their hand. So there's that. So they're playing strictly off the top of their library. Oh, we have so many advantages here. All right. So do I want cards? Actually, no. We want to hold the Bitter Triumph. Ah. Okay, then. Sure. All right. So they're going to get Overlord of the Belmark here at a minimum. Wow, we can also get... Oh, man. There's a lot of things that can happen right now. If we get an untapped land, we kind of have it all covered. Because then we can discard Bahamut. We can use this to get back either Bahamut or the Summon Primal Odin. Yeah, that's fine. We're not worried about that. Okay, well... I mean, what does this do? This just gives you 2 extra mana, right? On the next thing? Yeah, it's fine. You have to top deck the thing you need. So, I think we just get back Summon Primal Odin and try to just end the game next turn. Let's just do that. Then we attack. Discard this. Sure. Play a land, play this guy. Alright. Let's see what you draw. Got there. Yeah, that was a little weird, because we ended up not needing the things. I don't think I played that as efficiently as possible, though. But the opponent never got their Yuna that we were worried about playing around. And I kind of wanted to still have Bahamut in the yard, so if they did get it, we could come over the top with Bahamuts and try to kill them. But ultimately, didn't really have to worry about it. Alright, as interesting as this looks, we have no black mana, though we have a lot. I'm going to keep it and gamble, y'all. Don't ever do this, though. This should easily be a mulligan to 6. Alright, well, we found black mana on the first card, so that makes life easy. And we might actually need it, depending on what they're doing here. They might be doing some graveyard shenanigans of their own. They are definitely doing graveyard shenanigans of their own. Okay, well. Let's... I think we go Fear of Missing Out here. And oddly, probably just discard... I'm discard Primal Odin. I'm not going to get rid of a land here. That's just crazy. And we can still, like, make treasure, find our way to reanimate that later on when it's important. Alright. Cruel Somnophage. No! I wanted to be able to get rid of the Somnophage. Oh, actually, Somnophage will die, right? Equal to a number of creature cards in all graveyards. Unfortunately, that will be a 1/1. That sucks for us. I created my own enemy. but it is currently a small enemy. So there's that. All right. Huskburster Worm, because a lot of stuff was exiled. That's sick. All right. Well, let's see if we can dig to some type of reanimatory thing, because that's what we need to be doing here, right? Oh, wait. I messed up. I should have forced tapping differently. Dang it. That sucks. All right. I'm going to discard and draw. Get rid of this. That is not it. Dang it. If we could get something to get rid of a Huskburster Worm, Swarm, whatever, we're probably okay. Take 6. Got another one? Because that'd be real bad. They do. I was going to say, if this is how we die, this is how we die, I guess. Oh, we got rid of the last creature in the graveyard. I was like, why did that guy go away? That is super awesome. That's so funny. So we attack. Oh, but we also got rid of the stuff that would allow us to get our double attack. So that's kind of funny. All right, that's exiled. So that's a tough life for us. Lorgoyf is a 2/3. 3/4. We're about to make it even larger, sadly. Come on. Oh. You know what? We ain't even mad. That's actually pretty damn cool. So let's play this. See if we can find like a Kefka or something. Nothing in the yard even worth getting, but we will take that. Pass the turn. I guess the question now becomes, is it worth it for us to take 3? Or at least risk it? Yeah, this is equal to all graveyards, right? So let's... If I have to block everything, because that... Yeah, alright. Oh, we don't have any black mana open. Gosh dang it, Arena. Why? Why did you do this to us? Oh, no. Alright, well, we're just going to double block this. And then we'll... man. Can't believe that happened. Yeah, that's probably the right thing. Just go to 1, since we don't have any damage lands in play. Because it's not worth... I mean, maybe it is worth double blocking here. Opponent's top decking. We want to have a little bit of wiggle room, so sure. And we'll still have at least one of our fear of missing outs. That's not bad. Let's go digging. Make sure we leave a black mana. Oh, we only have 1 black mana. Never mind. Let's not do that, and let's just do this instead. And I will actually take 3. No, because if I'm going to discard anyway. Yeah, never mind. And then we'll just get the free card off the fear of missing out. Man, there's actually a lot of weird decisions in this type of matchup that I hadn't considered. Alright. We get to attack again. Alright. Well, if we can find an untapped black source, we can kill whatever they play here. Well, you're cute. Wish you were in the graveyard. I mean, this is 8. I mean, they'll be at 2. I don't know if we earned this or not. I feel like I bumbled through this keeping an ugly hand, and somehow we got there anyway. And we found the extra black mana. Yeah, this hand should not have worked. Honestly, we just got lucky and drew a swamp as our first card. But yeah, let's talk about this, because this was kind of an insane run. So y'all, this was kind of crazy. Like, this deck just went 7-0, just straight through. Now, I will say this. We had some earlier versions that we tested that we were like 7-4, I think was the final total. And then I got to this version and then we stuck it on camera. And once I started recording, we just couldn't lose. And it was crazy because we had stuff coming after our graveyard. We kept weird draws. We won on last second wins, you know, when we were at 1 life. So the deck found multiple ways to win, which was actually really cool. I do think we still might be a little weak to the true control decks, so you'd have to be aware of that if you run into them. But we kind of hung with everything else, so I'm not mad at it. Like, this was a crazy amount of fun, made good use of a lot of cards. The one thing I will say, though, is if you plan to play this deck, know that it takes a lot of rares and mythics. So unless you already have like at least half to 2/3 of them, I probably wouldn't even craft this deck. Because right now, these are a lot of cards that don't necessarily have homes elsewhere. Granted, Fear of Missing Out and the Overlord, those are in a lot of decks, but Emmett Selch, Kefka, things like that don't really have another home right now. Same could be said about Muhammad and Summon Primal Odin. So just keep that in your mind if you're going to be building this deck. But overall, fantastic results. Love this. This version was fantastic. I'll probably play it some more. Y'all know the drill. Link in the description. Take you over to Moxfield. Check that out. Don't forget to check out Tales of Adventure. Use my code. Save some money. If you want to get more videos and private deck help, don't forget to become a member here on YouTube. And finally, if you want to keep supporting the channel for free, please watch another video and watch it all the way through, because the more you watch, the more it helps. That's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.